Welcome, dear listeners. We have eerie tales ahead. You'll be lured into the realm of nightmares filled with fear and dread. We'll ease you in with laughs, but you mustn't be misled. Be wary, you've been warned. Don't listen before bed.
Hello there, everybody, and welcome to Don't Listen Before Bed. I'm Arrow.
And I'm Ari. How's it going? Hello.
We're back for another week with a terrifying tale to be told around the campfire. But before we get into that, how the hell are you, man? Where have you been?
I'm going to let you tell the story of where I've been because you know exactly where I've been. And it's not a good place.
Yeah. Look, you've been feeling unwell and we had to get a fill in last week, which is completely fine. But you're back now. That's the most important thing.
Yep.
What have you been doing in your sick leave other than being sick?
It was literally nothing. I have wasted time. Actually, I've played a little bit of the finals. I told you about that recently. So that's like the only thing I've done recently. And Lethal Company. And I think Lethal Company is a really good game that we have to play at some point.
Believe it or not, I still haven't played it, even though last week's episode was based on Lethal Company.
Honestly, you really need to try it because the monsters behave like you would expect in a proper horror game, but it's kind of like a comedy at the same time. It's really weird.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's full horror. It's like funny horror.
Yeah, but it does get you sometimes. Like out of nowhere, you'll turn a corner and there's just like something glowing in the dark and its eye is just staring at you, you know? So it's good.
Right. Yeah. Nice.
How have you been?
I hit 1 million subscribers yesterday, so that's been the main thing from my week.
Yeah, that's right. And you also did a video about it, you know? So do you want to talk about that a little bit? Tell everybody about that?
Nope, I don't want to say no. Just kidding.
Yeah.
About 12 hours ago from this recording, I posted my face reveal. It was a deal that I made from the beginning because it was one of those deals that I never thought I would have to see the end of or, like meet the agreement. Yeah, like the agreement that you make with the deal.
Yeah.
And that agreement, the deal that I made was I was going to show my face only if I get to 1 million subscribers. But I made this deal when I was at like 1,000 because I think friends of mine just asked me, are you going to show your face in your horror content? And I was like, yeah, if I hit 1 million. Lo and behold, a few years later, I actually did hit it. So I had to keep my end of the bargain and I'm pretty happy about it, honestly. As I was getting closer to hitting 1 million, or it wasn't even that close. I was, a couple of 100,000 in. I felt like it was holding me back, that I couldn't show my expressions when I was playing some horror games.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to share that. But it's, again, a deal's a deal. Even though I made it just with myself, I got to stick to it. So I'm really happy that I finally reached this milestone. Not only because it's a big number, but also because I get to evolve my content a little bit. And that started yesterday with my face reveal.
That's true, actually. The evolution of content is very important. I feel like if you stay doing the same thing, you'll end up hating it real fast, you know?
Well, especially if the thing that you're doing isn't exactly what you want to do. There's something to be said about doing what works in the beginning so that you can get the ball rolling. Because I'm not, I love like theories and Easter eggs and lore and that sort of thing. But let's face it, I like playing horror games more. I'm not one of those people that own. Yeah, I'd rather play. And my dream was always to be a indie horror or, just let's player on YouTube.
Yeah, man, just enjoy the game, show your reaction to it, and like actually experience the game instead of like having to kind of experience the game by looking at
analysis. Exactly. Yeah. But I recognized that it was something I was good at, and talking about the games afterwards. I didn't have the craziest reactions, and so I didn't mind doing that as my main form of content style up until this point.
So how do you feel, if you don't mind me, in terms of like now that you have to show your reactions and the content now is not about you editing something and then, talking about it and analyzing it. It's now you just being the content. How do you feel about that?
I prefer that. It's really freeing.
Yeah.
Because, how do I describe this without getting into the weeds of content creation? Sometimes, depending on what the type of creator you are, people watch you for different reasons. That's what I've noticed. Some content creators, their thing or their brand is being a playthrough only channel, and they're the first person to play a game, and you go to them because you want to see something first. So they usually post within the hour of a new release or something like that. And they're always chasing that high. Then there's another side of things where it's people that they play it when they want to play it, but people aren't watching it because they were expecting that person to be the first person to release it. Therefore, they are going to get that from it. They are watching it because they want to see that person play it or their reaction. And I think that is a space that I prefer, just because I can't chase that like first, person to post about it, first person to finish the game. I don't enjoy games like that. I'm not a speedrunner. Yeah. You know me. How slow am I when I actually play games?
I feel like that time you're playing Lies of P for 2 hours, you just stop talking because you were so like invested in what's going on, and then I fell asleep. Like, no offense, just like I fell asleep and you were not just having fun. Huh? Yeah. But yeah, I think the best way to enjoy a game is not to be the first person to post it, because that's literally just like you're having a gloss through the magazine and then you're like, okay, all done,
Yeah, look, it's not me and you, not our style. It's not our cup of tea, but it definitely is for some other people. And there's a big audience for that as well. They want to see something the hour the game has released. And there's people like that doing that right now with Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2. They're the first to post about it. But I don't want to chase that high. I don't want that to be part of my content style or my brand.
It's unhealthy for you as well, man.
Yeah. I don't think it's healthy either. I don't know how like the stress that's associated with doing that type of that type of chase gets to you. Especially, and another thing for us is we live in New Zealand, so our time difference is crazy.
That's so bad for like
everything releases for us in the middle of the night. Yeah. So I would be killing myself trying to do that game.
4 a.m. man, 4 a.m., 5 a.m. That's literally when everything pops up. And then like you just have to factor in like, also, some people get the game 2 weeks before the launch date, and so they get to post it as soon as it's out. Like the minute it's out for the public, they've already got a video out. It's like
exactly.
I don't want to do that, man.
It's a losing battle.
Yes.
So yeah, in saying that, I'm happy with the direction things are going, and
that's good.
And I really hope it works out. And if it doesn't, we'll keep trying. So, are you ready to get into the story?
I totally am. Let's go, man.
Are you sure?
Yeah, man. I need an armpit reveal, and then I also need a toe reveal. So, I feel like that's in some timeline. That's an actual thing for some creators, but we won't go into that.
Wait, so, like a toe reveal?
I feel like some form of content creators out there may have that as like a thing.
Well, it's funny that you say that. Jacksepticeye just posted a video this week with showing his feet.
Okay. So don't tell me the fan base was hyped about that.
Honestly, I don't understand. I don't even know. I'm not going to try and even understand the reasoning behind that, or I don't know what it was. I just saw a thumbnail where he was showing his feet and he was like, I did it for free or something that because like, people, OnlyFans right now, that whole thing. Yeah. Selling that stuff online. But anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, let's go into the story. No more feet. Let's hear it.
I'm going to give you the title.
Okay.
I know you're going to like this one because it's from our childhood.
Okay. Let's do it.
Today's story is called Who is Krampus?
Oh, I love Krampus or Krampus, whatever his name is. Krampus,
I don't know what it is.
It's Krampus, I swear. Yeah. It's like that little breakfast bread with butter.
Yeah, Krampus.
Yeah, Krampus. Okay, so who is Krampus? That's pretty
good
for Christmas. That's really good.
Yeah, we're in the festive season. By the time this comes out, we'll be even closer to Christmas. We got to get into the season, man.
That's so good.
Why not start with Krampus?
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. As the winter winds whispered through the narrow streets of Morziger Pass, Salzburg, a sense of anticipation filled the air. The townspeople busied themselves with the final preparations for the much-awaited Krampusnacht, an age-old tradition rooted in Central and Eastern Alpine folklore. This annual event, occurring on the eve of December 5th, marked the convergence of Saint Nicholas and his enigmatic companion, the Krampus. The origins of the Krampus figure, a horned, half-goat, half-demon monster, remain shrouded in mystery. Folklorists and anthropologists speculated on its pre-Christian roots, tracing celebrations involving the Krampus back to the 6th and 7th century AD, although written sources were scarce until the end of the 16th century. In the mid-20th century, anthropologist John J. Honigman ventured into the small town of Erding in Styria.
What does that sound? Where is that?
It's the sound of getting coal in your bag, doesn't it? His observations shed light on the amalgamation of cultural elements within St. Nicholas Festival, echoing traditions that spanned Europe and potentially reached back to pre-Christian times. The townspeople, he noted, were keenly aware of the interplay between heathen elements and Christian customs, with the Krampus believed to have evolved from a pagan supernatural entity assimilated into the Christian devil. The Krampus figures persisted through the centuries, and by the 17th century, they became an integral part of Christian winter celebrations, paired with St. Nicholas to form a dichotomy of reward and punishment for children. However, the Krampus tradition faced challenges in the political landscape of Austria. In the aftermath of the 1932 election, the Dollfuss regime, under the clerical fascist Fatherland Front and the Christian Social Party, prohibited the Krampus tradition. Attempts were made to suppress the age-old practice, reflecting the complex interplay between folklore and politics. By the 1950s, concerns over the impact of Krampus encountered on children's mental health led to the government to distribute pamphlets titled "Krampus is an Evil Man." The 21st century witnessed the revival of Krampus tradition in Bavaria, accompanied by the resurgence of a local artistic tradition featuring hand-carved wooden masks. In 2019, reports emerged of rowdy Krampuses engaging in disorderly conduct in some Austrian towns, signaling a lively and at times controversial revival of the age-old custom. As the Krampuslauf, the Krampus Run, unfolded in Morziger Pass, young men donned elaborate Krampus costumes, embodying the mischievous spirit of the horned figure. The air buzzed with excitement as the townspeople, adorned in festive attire, eagerly awaited the night's festivities. In the town square, a makeshift stage was set for the Nikolausspiel, a seasonal play inspired by Paradise Plays, which focused on the struggle of 4 human souls. Saint Nicholas, clad in the Eastern Rite vestments of a bishop, distributed gifts to well-behaved children, fostering a sense of joy and celebration. Contrastingly, the Krampus figures, with their cloven hooves, chains, and birch branches, prepared to enact their role as punishers of misbehaving children. The chains symbolizing the binding of the devil by the Christian Church, adding a layer of theological complexity to the folkloric spectacle. So, what do you think so far of Krampus?
Sounds like a cult, man. Like a cult. A cult. Honestly, of people cosplaying Krampus.
Yeah, it's the attire definitely looks cult-like. Like I've definitely seen games where there's cults in them, and they're dressed basically the same as a Krampus doll. Doll, no, Krampus.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back into this. So the Krampuslauf commenced as the horned figures paraded through the snow-covered streets. The jingling of chains and the ominous sound of bells accompanied their Schostrostig antics. Go on, say it.
I don't want to. I don't want to try. I'm not gonna try.
No, you have to say it.
I honestly, I'm scared to. So I'll just keep hearing the story.
I want to hear you say it.
Okay, spell it out to me somewhere. Send me an email or something. Let's try. Don't send me a Discord message. Send me an email.
Send it.
And the title of the email is just that.
I sent it to you.
Oh, okay, let's have a look. What? No, man, I'm not reading. No, I'm good. You're doing a great job. You keep going.
Thank you very much. That's the behavior of the Krampusines. I don't know what they're called.
I need coal.
The Krampus laugh. That's what they're called.
Yeah. It's like an Airbnb where you go.
What?
I don't know what I'm saying. Let's keep going.
No, it's the name of their. It's the name of their event. That's
Every
what
time you say that, I imagine a beautiful loft in the snow. Just gotta say that.
A beautiful lodge in the snow. Oh yeah. Well, that's what these kind of the location in which these sorts of events would take place, because it would only be a place where the folklore actually exists, and you're not going to have that in like Australia. It's going to be in places where snowed under lodges. The thing that you are imagining. Anyway. The jingling of chains and the ominous sound of bells accompanied their Schwarzlistig antics.
That's such a tough word, man.
Intended to both terrify and amuse the onlookers. The townspeople gathered along the route watched with a mix of fear and fascination as the Krampuses performed their age-old role. As the night unfolded, St. Nicholas and the Krampus continued their dual mission, embodying the eternal struggle between good and evil. The Nikolausspiel on the makeshift stage depicted a competition for human souls, emphasizing the theme of morality in a theatrical manner. The Krampuslauf and Nikolausspiel were not isolated events, but were deeply intertwined with the cultural tapestry of the Alpine region. The history of the Krampus figure, stretching back to pre-Christian times, became entwined with Catholicism, as evident in the masquerades of perched-in, two-legged humanoid goats with giraffe-like necks in earlier traditions. Perched-in-Laufen, positions that preceded the Krampus runs, faced suspicion from the Catholic Church and some civil authorities. Attempts to ban these processions proved ineffective due to the sparse population and rugged terrain of the Alpine region. It's just people wanting to dress up as freaking Krampuses, dude.
Like just the clown. It's like the clown plague.
Clown epidemic.
Krampus,
it's a Krampus epidemic.
Yeah.
Eventually, the Perchenlauf evolved into the Krampuslauf, with St. Nicholas assuming a prominent role and the Krampus becoming subject to his will. In some regions, such as Styria, the root, a bundle of birch branches, was presented by the Krampus to families. The twigs, painted gold and displayed year-round in houses, served as a reminder to children who might have temporarily forgotten the consequences of misbehavior. Smaller, more isolated villages in Styria featured additional beastly companions of the Krampus, known as the Schabmanner or Rowan. I'm going to send this to you, and you have to pronounce it as well. Go on.
Alrighty. Schabmanner or Rohan?
Yeah.
Schabmanner.
Yeah. These figures, often associated with the antlers and the wild man archetype, add diversity to the regional variations of the Krampus tradition. The diversity in the regional manifestations of the Krampus extended beyond Austria to include Bavaria, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia and Czech Republic, Hungary, Romania, Northern Italy, Slovakia, and Slovenia. Each locale embraced the Krampus figure with its unique tradition, contributing to the rich tapestry of Alpine folklore. The celebration of Krampusnacht was not limited to the Krampuslauf alone. The Feast of St. Nicholas on December 6th marked the culmination of the festivities. On the preceding evening of December 5th, Krampus Night or Krampusnacht, the Krampus sometimes accompanied by St. Nicholas, and at other times appearing on his own, visited homes and businesses. The saint, adorned in bishop's vestments, concerned himself only with the good children, dispensing gifts of oranges, dried fruits, walnuts, and chocolate. In contrast, though, the Krampus was responsible for the bad children, supplying coal.
Oh, there it is. There's the coal.
A reminder of the consequences of their misdeeds. The tradition of offering a Krampus schnapps, a strong distilled fruit brandy, became customary during these runs. The festive atmosphere extended beyond the Krampuslauf to include Perchten, wild pagan spirits of the Germanic folklore, and sometimes female representations. The runs, filled with revelry and ancient symbolism, captured the essence of Alpine traditions during the winter solstice and the period leading up to January 6th. Throughout Europe, the exchange of Krampuskarten became a popular tradition in the 19th century. These greeting cards featured Krampus looming menacingly over children, often accompanied by humorous rhymes and poems. The evolution of Krampus representations in these cards reflected changing cultural attitudes, with older versions featuring a more frightening Krampus and modern versions depicting a cuter, more Cupid-like creature. In Styria, the Krampus presented the root to families, while other regions featured figures like Strobart in Bavaria, Klobbermann in Austria and Bavaria, Bartel or Bartelnick. And that is the complete history of Krampus.
So he didn't hurt anybody? He didn't do anything crazy like all the movies depict him as this evil, sinister...
Those are movies, man. Those are movies.
Yeah,
That's why they gotta take it to the next level.
Yeah.
With a lot of these stories, what I'm starting to realize, especially when we go into the more traditional, like the folklore origins, it's really making me realize that a lot of these are just cautionary tales that I'm certain parents made up. They made up at some point, just like the filth liquor. It was like, that could have been a story that parents made up so that children have to make sure that their rooms are clean and the house is clean because this demon is going to come get you. Same thing as this.
I feel like majority of these stories are literally just parents trying to freak their kids out so they behave or they get disciplined or, something along the lines of...
toxic behavior, eh?
Yeah. It's not nice. Yeah. No good. But back to Krampus. So, I feel like all the movies that depict Krampus nowadays, he's like this demon that kills people or, spawns during Christmas to hurt people.
Yeah.
Like, you really think that's an exaggeration, or do you think deep down in this folklore there's more kind of sinister things about Krampus?
Not sure, but you know what we could do? Read the film synopsis for Krampus.
Let's do that.
The 2015 movie.
Let's do that.
It got a 6.2 out of 10 on IMDb. 66%.
I love that movie. That was my favorite movie, man. I watched.
Why did me telling you the rating remind you of which movie it is?
Because I just realized, because I watched that with my nephew, and it was okay. The thing is this movie? We thought it was like something chill. It was relaxing, whatever. At Christmas, gone wrong kind of movie.
Mm-hmm.
It said R13. I took my nephew, who was, I think, 12 at the time, or 13, I can't remember.
That's illegal.
It's illegal. I think it was 13.
It's illegal. You need to go to prison.
No, wait, 2015. What year was that?
Yeah, it's R13. It came out 2015.
Yeah, I think he would have been 12, 13. So we thought it was a good movie for him to watch. And
wait, when was he born?
Oh, wait, no, that's a good question. When was he born?
Yeah, and what's his address? And what's his name?
Yo, calm down. Well, anyways, look, let's cut to the point. Point is that movie was totally not for people aged 13 at least. Like that was an actual horror movie. Like
it actually is scary.
It was it wasn't scary for me, but for someone like him, I could see like that's not appropriate.
I mean, the pictures are pretty dark. Let's read the synopsis because I haven't read the synopsis, and then you can tell me about it.
All I'm gonna say
I haven't seen it.
Jeepers Creepers.
Oh,
that's the same vibe, like this thing. But yeah, read it.
Okay. While the holiday season represents the most magical time of year, ancient European folklore warns of Krampus, a horned beast who punishes naughty children at Christmas time. When dysfunctional family squabbling causes young Max to lose his festive spirit, it unleashes the wrath of the fearsome demon. As Krampus lays siege on the Engel home, mom, pop, sister, and brother must band together to save one another from a monstrous fate. Does that ring any bells to you?
Yep. Honestly, it was an actual horror movie for kids.
So another small description is, frustrated by the constant quarrel between the members of his dysfunctional family, Max loses interest to celebrate Christmas, awakening Krampus, a demon who will punish his entire family.
Yeah. That's literally what he does, man. He spawns like an evil band of ghouls, and they just start like terrorizing the area that they live in. It's creepy as.
Damn. And,
honestly, it's a good movie.
So in this movie, he actually like kills. He's
kills,
a murderer.
He's this like big hooded figure with like antlers, and he just kind of like he's secretly like roaming around the house and like being real creepy. And they kind of show snippets of his face, and he literally looks like a demon. It's quite jarring actually to look at, because it's it's a Christmas themed movie, and then you just see this demon with horns. It's like quite creepy.
Well, I guess it's pretty true to the origin that we just read about, except the part where he actually kills. I think he's meant to just scare children into being good next year and like punish them with coal, not kill the family.
Look at this image I just sent you. Imagine going into the R13 movie and then seeing this bloke just staring at you because you haven't been that interested in Christmas. That's pretty creepy.
Poop my pants. That's what I'd do.
Literally, yeah.
Krampus. Love it. Love it. Krampus.
Yeah,
Krampus.
I think honestly Christmas needs to have more creepy stuff. I love the idea, like the contrast of, a nice, happy, seasonal event actually having bad things happening. I don't know why.
Well, I just looked up more Christmas villains to answer your question of we need more.
Yeah.
And I have a list for you.
Oh, I'm going to look at it. Yep.
We've got Oogie Boogie. Who is Oogie Boogie? The Nightmare Before Christmas, kooky and infested villain. I don't know. Oogie Boogie. Hold on, let me look up what he looks like.
Oh, I just realized we have the Grinch as well. He looks quite
I was going to get to that one.
Yeah, but I just can't believe we forgot about the Grinch. Where does he come from?
I think he's just from a movie, isn't it? He's probably based on Krampus.
Yeah.
Oh, Oogie Boogie is the guy that the guy that looks like he's made out of a pillowcase.
Oh yeah. Wait,
that
the Yeti-looking dude? The Bigfoot-looking guy?
Kind of, yeah. He's big. He's fat. He's in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I was going to say the Kingdom Hearts Night Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no.
And then we've got Harry and Marv. Do you know who Harry and Marv are?
I have no idea. Who the hell is that?
they're the intruders in Home Alone.
Dude, they're not villains. They're just humans. That is not correct.
And then we've got Gremlins. Did you ever watch Gremlins when you were younger, like the actual movies?
Is it the ones that look like those dolls with the long hair?
Yeah, they kind of look like
yeah, those were
what do you
terrifying.
call them?
Yeah.
Like that scarred me. You know that movie's from 1984? That scarred me when I was a kid. Then you've got Jack Frost. Jack Frost? You know Jack Frost?
I remember that name.
Well, I'll show you Jack Frost. Jack Frost it depends on what movie you're watching it, but in the older movies, like there's this old movie where he is just a snowman, like a literal like 3 circles snowman.
Yes, I remember like an evil snowman somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we've got these are random names. The Grinch, yes, that's the next one. The Grinch who stole Christmas. He's definitely got to be based off of Krampus. And then we've got
who the heck is Hans Gruber? That's just like Nicolas Cage, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know who Hans Gruber is. Oh my god. Anyway, so we've got a lot. Let's just say we've got a lot. So
I feel like there needs to be a new one though. We need a new one.
Okay, let's make one right now.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay, he'll have 2 names. I'll come up with the second part. You come up with the first part.
Okay.
And then we can come up with what he looks like.
Okay, sure. Let's let me think about this.
No, you can't think about it. Whatever comes to mind. That's the
devilish.
Devilish
The first.
Poon. I don't know. What the hell?
What was that?
I don't know why that came to mind.
What's that the first thing? Devilish poon. What?
No, I don't know. That was weird. I don't know. Because I actually just tried to say like without thinking like a word.
Yeah. Okay,
and that's what came to mind.
Okay, let's do
okay, can we start again? Can we start again?
A new name. Okay, the first one is kicked up. Oh no, that's 2 words. Yeah, let's start again. I tried to not think.
Not thinking? Is like
absent.
as scared.
Absent.
Absinthe.
Oh man.
I don't know. I don't know what that is. I just
Okay, dark.
pool. Oh,
Dark
weird.
pool.
Dark
Okay.
pool. That kind of works. Yes.
That's like Deadpool, but he's the
Okay.
Christmas version.
Right.
Dark pool.
Okay. Christmas themes. One more time. This is it. We're nearly there.
Last one. Okay. Livid. You said poon again. Why is your brain stuck with that word? Okay,
All right.
one last time.
Yeah,
okay.
one last time.
Okay. Feared.
Pants.
Feared pants. That's it. That's our boy.
Okay. All right. Feared pants. What does feared pants look like?
He's got glowing red eyes.
Yes. I know what he looks like. He's just pants. He's pants all the way up. And through the zipper, his eyes come out.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
Okay.
Okay.
And he's full of coal. That's what he is. He's full of coal.
Good. That's so good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And how do you hear him
it
approaching?
You just hear the coal.
I was going to say, did your voice cut out? I didn't hear it.
No, I was trying to make a sound effect.
Yeah, no, I think coal. Yeah, that's his sound cue. That's when you know he's in your house. Coal just starts cracking on the ground.
Well, I think we've overdone it for this week.
Yep. Feared pants.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. But that's all the time we have for today. I hope you learned something about Krampus. I've never known anything about Krampus. I knew his name, but I didn't know his origin story. And I don't think Ari did either. One last thing before we go. If you want to see my face reveal, go onto my channel, Eroga, and you can see it. You can put a face to the name. It'll give you the closure that you need. Any last words from you, Mr. Ari Kadu?
Absolutely nothing, man. I enjoyed the Christmas lore and hope we get more Christmas stuff if we can next week.
We will.
Okay,
all
good.
Right?
Very good.
All right, see you later, everybody. Bye.
Bye.